Hey Pokemon Masters, Birdkeeper Toby here. I'm not Birdkeeper Toby. But I have a challenge for you. Funnily enough, I think in the weeks of me doing daily YouTube videos, this is actually my first YouTube video about Pokemon. But it is with good reason, because a few days ago on stream, I finally... Why is that stopped? One sec. Better. I finally beat my Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu challenge, and it was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, I think the game is designed terribly and it's not difficult at all, but that's where the challenge part comes in. And so today, I, Falcone, challenge you, Pokemon trainer, to do my Pokemon Let's Go challenge. But I hope you got a strong stomach, because it's not easy. So I'm going to start by describing the rules of the Pokemon challenge, and then maybe give you a few tips if I'm feeling generous. And it's a doozy. Rule number 1 is that permadeath. I mean, obviously, it's a hard Pokemon challenge. Of course, permadeath is on. Your Pokemon faints, it's gone. No exceptions, no alterations. A Pokemon dies, it is out of there. Faints, dies, faints. It's the same thing in terms of this challenge. Rule number 2 is that you are not allowed to use a Pokemon Center in the entire game. NPCs that heal you are allowed once each. So, for example, the healing circle in Lavender Town, any Nurse Joys, Officer Jennies, etc. that you'll find throughout the game, the bed and SSN, that kind of thing. You're allowed to use them once each, but only once. Rule number 3 is that as soon as you possibly can, you are ditching your starter Pokemon, be that Pikachu or Eevee. Look, we're going to be real right now. That thing's overpowered and that thing is getting out of there. At the first possible opportunity, I caught a Pidgey in my run, and at that point forwards, I never used the Pikachu again. If you're doing this challenge, you're going to be doing the same thing. In fact, rule number 4 is that you're also not allowed to use Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Charmander. Bulbasaur. Because they're too strong too, and we don't want you to have an easy time with this now, do we? Look, before we get any further, you might be starting to think, wow, this sounds tough. Well, it is Pokemon Let's Go. And just to put this into perspective here, in your second rival battle, he has a level 2 Pokemon. Was it level 2 or level 3? Either way, the game's too easy. You gotta make it hard somehow. Rule number 5. No Pokemon Centers. Wait, no, we did that one. Rule number 5. No grinding. Yes, you're allowed to face every trainer in the game at every opportunity. But if you think that I'm just going to let you stand around throwing Pokeballs at random Pokemon to get some experience up, nope, you're not going to do that. See, Pokemon Let's Go gives you loads of experience just for catching a few Pokemon, building up a chain and that kind of thing. And it's just too easy. What good is a Pokemon challenge if you can just grind your way through the game? It's like, oh, I got an extra hour, I'll just throw Pokeballs for a bit and then it'll be easy. No. No grinding. You're allowed to catch each species of Pokemon once and once only. You will get a significant amount of your experience in the playthrough by catching Pokemon, but you're only going to catch each species once. Of course, there's a shiny clause. If you happen across a shiny Pokemon, then you can catch it and you can use it. I actually did in my run. We encountered a shiny Golbat. It came completely randomly, and it was glorious. What are we on now? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6. Oh, sure, no candies and that kind of thing. I mean, I didn't even look into this. I was told candies are broken. You shouldn't use them in challenges, so just don't try and cheese it with candies. And the final rule number Z. Each time you beat a gym leader, you are going to kill one of your party at random. Roll a dice, use a random number generator, however you'd like to do it, but one's gonna die. If you're streaming the challenge, even better, let your viewers vote. That is what I did in my challenge. And sometimes they voted for the Pokemon that they knew I was relying on the most, and sometimes if I was struggling a little bit, they went a little bit easier and picked the Pokemon that I was relying on the least. But that's the general gist of the challenge. As far as the species rule goes, we made exceptions where if you catch a Grimer and trade that for an Alolan Grimer, you're then allowed to catch a regular muck and evolve the Alolan Grimer into an Alolan Muck and use them both. We're kind of counting Alolan Pokemon as different species because you've got the weird in-game trade things. But yeah, the challenge is going to get very difficult. In around the second, third gym badges, the difficulty level really spikes, where you really feel the fact that you're not allowed to grind experience in these catches. But it does level out eventually. You're going to really want to take advantage of when you do catch the one Pokemon of each species. Don't go catching Pokemon willy-nilly. Save them for when you need a big burst of experience, because that's what you get every time you catch something good. And towards the late game, you are really going to want to benefit from catching something like an Arcanine at the right time when you desperately need it, whilst also giving the rest of your team a little buff. That stuff comes in very handy. I'm going to add a couple bonus rules here, because there were a few things that I did in my challenge that I would not do now if I repeated the challenge, that I did think made things just a little bit too easy for me, specifically in the late game. And those are bonus rule number 1, no reusing TMs. This one would kind of be a little bit tricky to track, but you know, you're mature, you can do it. Use each TM only once. I found that one of the real difficulties of not using Pokemon Centers over and over was that my PP was quite limited. But being able to use TMs over and over again and repeat the same TM on the same Pokemon meant that I never really had to worry about running out. So yeah, TMs are fine, just use them once each. Bonus rule number 2, and this would have completely destroyed my run entirely, but you know, I was in so deep I didn't want to have to start all over again. No legendary birds. In the Elite Four, I basically relied on legendary birds. I had a full bird party. I had legendary birds, I had an Aerodactyl, I had a Snorlax, which I think Bruno actually murdered. Without the legendary birds, I would not have completed my run. But I'm also bad at Pokemon, so you can do better. No birds. If you do my challenge, I want to know. Comment below, let me know on Discord, and especially let me know if you did the bonus rules. I think that if you do the challenge and you have some sort of screenshot proof or something, there could be a little role for you available on my Discord server, so go check that out. Also, I hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck. It's a tough challenge, especially if you do it without TMs and birds. Thank you for watching. I'll be doing more Pokemon challenges in the near future on my stream, twitch.tv/Falcone hosts. But for now, I'll see you in the next one.